Yobachi 2007 for Men's Mind State and Cultural Reviews. We're going to get right into this one today. We got some interesting foolishness to look at. Let's largen this up so we can see it and get into it and dissect what's going on here. What is coming out of this woman's mouth? It's like she's got a lizard in her mouth. That's a piece of steak that's been grilled, I guess, on the. Oh my goodness. That's been on the grill, nice. She's out at a restaurant. Apparently, her date took this picture. So let's read what's going on. Before we do that, though, can you subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff? Like, subscribe, and notification bell coming through the door, and we're going to get right into this one. So let's start at the top. This guy is sending his text chat. We can see his name is McClellan. Quan McClellan, and it says, I'm trying to get it big so you guys can see it even on your phones, possibly. I can't get it to respond the way I want to on here. It's annoying. All right, we'll just go with it from that side. It says, it's her speaking saying, hey, are you okay? You've been gone from the table for like 10 minutes. He responds, I left. And then she says, what you mean you left? You haven't even paid and you said you were going to the bathroom. His response, I paid for my food. She says, dude, what the F? I hope this is a joke. And here he comes with the business. The joke is you, a woman that's almost 40, picking up a steak and biting it like you're an animal. You're embarrassing and classless. I hate I even hopped in your DM. You're nothing like you appear to be online. So this is what you gotta watch for. Appearances and everything they cracked up to be. People are faking jacks online. She said, N-word, I only allowed you, here they go. He allowed him. I only allowed you to take me on this date so I can get a meal. We can see, because you obviously hungry. You hungry, you thirsty, and you lame as can be. Look at this foolishness. Look at this foolishness. This is modern. So this is staged. I really do. I really hope this is staged, and this is not the representation of modern black women. I hope this isn't y'all's representation, but unfortunately, she comes with all the accoutrement of the modern woman, the modern black woman, and the rest. She's got the bat wing eyelids. These are like those wing car doors that she calls lashes. She's got the chest tat on her breast. She has the spiked nails. Just looks a bird, a complete and total bird. At least she doesn't have a bunch of booger jewelry hanging out of her nose. That's the only thing we can say for her. N-word, I allowed you to take me on this date so I can get a meal. I ain't no N-O. Ain't no way you're playing in my face like this. A real man would have shown me how to properly eat the steak. If you're broke and can't afford me, you shouldn't have took me on the date. You don't have the money for this food. You need to cash at me. I sure hope you didn't do that. Let's break some other stuff down here. So I switched to this other view to get his final responses. We couldn't see it there. And he says, Shouty, you got your meal. You just gotta pay for it. Be blessed, big rabbit teeth hole. My man played this perfectly, and he got jokes. Along with liking and subscribing, let me know what you guys think. Did this brother play it the exact right way, or what? What would you have done in this situation when you looked across the table and saw that foolishness? Hit me down in the comments. I want to hear what you guys think. And then we're going to get into the other aspect of what we do about this. Back over here for this rabbit teeth mouth chick who he played her just right because of look at who she is and how he is. She said, a real man would have shown me how to properly eat the steak. Y'all strong, independent women ain't got no home training? I thought you were running circles around black men. Man, this better be a skit. This better be staged. They running circles around black men. Dusty black men, this is as dusty as you can be. And have your grown butt out at a restaurant with a whole steak stuffed in your mouth, hanging from your lips like this. This is insane, and this is beneath anybody's dignity. And this is why you can't deal with the low grade and low class women. The foolishness is at an all time high and is getting worse. And these are the women that men have out here for us to deal with. It's the passport bros. This is why guys are going overseas for fairer lands and greener pastures to link with women who are interested in being women, who were raised with a modicum of decorum, who have any type of femininity left in them, ladylike, womanly value, who want to present themselves as a lady in public, who don't want to be ratchet and wild, and who don't have these negative and derogatory views of men and how they relate to men, calling you the N word, being vulgar, and just being outright unpleasant. You can't even take some of these out to a restaurant anymore. You can't even take them out in public. As the brother said in his message, just embarrassing. And then, as I noted, all of the stripper accoutrements and how they just want to uphold stripper culture and how they just really want to be out here showing themselves to be 304s. They believe finesse game, which again comes out of the strip club. They believe that is how you have a relationship, and they only are interested in men, as this woman admitted she only went out on a date to get a meal. The only interest in men is to try to treat men like tricks. Regular women think that men are tricks rather than coverings, protectors, and providers, emotional support persons who they want to build a loving relationship with, a cross, a back and forth, an exchange between the feminine and the masculine and the beauty that that brings. They don't want that here for so many women in the West. So what a lot of brothers have to do is they have to go east or maybe even south and find women who are raised in more traditional cultures and who have not abandoned family, community, and the love and respect of a man. So there are other places that men can go. A lot of guys like Asia, a lot of guys like Colombia, the Dominican, Bolivia, other places in South America. I prefer Africa, and there are wonderful women there. There are many countries that speak English and have women who come from more homogeneous communities that are community that they come from a community that is still a community, unlike in America where everything has become individualized to aggrandize the individual, and have particularly have told women that they are the center of the world, that they need to decenter men, that they should be all about themselves. They need to find themselves, discover themselves. They need to check in with their own happiness, like Tia Mowry, and all of this other sundry nonsense that has nothing to do with anything. They are completely against any self-sacrifice. If it doesn't suit them, if it doesn't serve them, is their word, a relationship should just end. A family should be destroyed. So men are looking to go find women who don't see it this way, who believe in both people in a relationship having to sacrifice to build a family and to build a legacy. And we see that we can't get it with a lot of these women here in the West. Another option for the brothers who don't want to wait and have to take all the time it's going to take to go overseas and have to rearrange your entire life to go live over there, or risk bringing a woman back here, which you've got a year and a half of wait listing at this point to get people in, woman in through immigration and the green card and all that process and risk, is to date first generation women from overseas living in America. That's another great option. And it's for every man to make his own option. Some men will try to tell you that. You can't have them here. They'll be spoiled by being in this environment. But you can't tell. A lot of that has to do with the women you pick. It's a lot of that has to do with you're not really that man of substance, and you don't really choose women who are women of substance, who are women of morality, who are women who are actually steeped in their beliefs and the culture, because you don't represent any high standard. You're like Myron Gaines. We see what kind of woman he was with. He was basically a trick, pretending like he thought he had him this Hispanic traditional woman, but it turned out that she was in it for the time she was in it, but she got tired of him and moved on because she's not really what he wanted or what he thought he was going to get some woman just to sit there while he sleeps with other women. But again, that shows that he's not a man of substance anyway, so he can't get a woman of true substance and value. So that's what you have to aim for. So it's different for every man, and we should not be trying to prescribe to other men what the woman is that they want for their life. There's no specific one size fits all. Men going their own way means you go your own way. You don't tell somebody else what way for them to go, and that's just a cult, and that's just like the feminists with their groupthink and brainwashed mind state. I know I'm not interested in joining any cults. I will design my life and my relationship with women as I see fit, and so should you. And this is the path that a lot of men are taking. But we're going to get out of here on this one. This was hilarious. I wish more brothers would do this. Men, you are winning if you keep laying down the law and having standards for yourself, respecting yourself. You will win out here. But if you act like a sucker, then you'll lose. We're going to get on out of here on this one. Like, subscribe, and notification bell. Keep these women begging y'all to take them and pay them attention. When you put them in their place like this by not accepting any of this nonsense from them, they will eventually have to get in line more and more. Or if not, you get on up out of here. I'm getting up out of here. As these new other videos start to pop up, please select one and watch 2 or 3 of my videos in a row so that it'll start surfacing videos to your front page, because YouTube doesn't send notifications any longer. Your Bachi 2007 Men's Mind State Cultural Reviews. I'm out.